Hey, yo, what is up, crazy people? Welcome to the Double Chen Show.
Double Chen Show!
Mike Chen.
Dan Chen. Just so you guys know, now we have a Facebook page
Yeah.
and an Instagram account.
Wow, I just realized how Asian that was.
That was so Asian, dude!
We did a video before about yellow fever.
That's right.
And we wanted to do another video about yellow fever, mainly because we saw this post by BuzzFeed.
Yeah, this is really interesting. 10 ridiculously offensive things people tell Asian women on OkCupid.
Okay, so this is real dating website stuff that people have posted for Asian women.
Right. And these definitely are in the category of very offensive and of the type that originally we commented on a YouTuber making a video and basically bashing on guys that have yellow fever.
Right.
This is definitely an illustration of people taking that way, way too far.
The point we were trying to make in the last video was that you can be interested in Asian culture, you can be interested in Asian women, but don't assume that all Asian women fit into maybe a stereotype that you might have seen somewhere, maybe in a manga or an anime or something. It's not that simple.
Right, and they definitely give people who are attracted to Asian women a bad rep. Because then other people will associate like, oh, they'll assume you like Asian women only because of these reasons. It's like, no, these are crazy pigs guys that like Asian women for that reason. And they definitely have no problem whatsoever putting it all out there on these dating sites. That's for sure.
So let me just read you one of these. This is from a man who says, I'm very distinguished and wealthy white man. I work in high-paying finance field where I manage million-dollar accounts. I am in great shape and regularly compete in triathlons. I believe in always attaining the best, whether the car I drive or the homes I own. Many women find themselves attracted to me, but here we go. I am only interested in the best Asian women. Why is that? Could it be their fine skin and long silky hair? Could it be the fact that, unlike white women, they remember what it's like to be a woman, to be docile and submissive and respectful to a man?
Could it be their delicate, playful personalities? I believe it is all of the above and more. You know what this guy's not good at? Grammar, punctuality, and basically writing stuff to women. And basically they hone in on a few things, right? They automatically assume that because he's white, that he's more desirable.
Right.
So he has all these stereotypes as well about what Asian women want.
Exactly.
Money,
Exactly.
Wealth, status,
Popularity, stature.
Yeah. Because, we never, ever, I've never talked about why I'm attracted to Asian women and say things like that. Like even when you talk about women in general, we talk about qualities, certain qualities and personality traits. And if you watch our other videos, things that make girls hotter. We've never once been like, yeah, I like dating Asian women because they listen to me. This stuff, it's unbelievable to me that people actually write this stuff.
Right, and we got another one here for you guys. Konnichiwa.
So he's assuming she's Japanese.
Yes.
I hope that for his sake, she said that she's Japanese.
Konnichiwa, I want you to know you are beautiful, like a lotus flower. I am crazy about Asian stuff, like the culture, the martial arts, the food, the anime, of course the anime, and of course the women. I have studied many martial arts and know how to protect a woman and how to treat her right. I would love to get to know you.
Arigato.
Arigato.
People can't spell these days, huh? You are beautiful.
Okay, so let's look at what this guy is using to attract the Asian woman he's trying to go after. He's using the fact that calling her a lotus flower is a compliment. First of all, yo, stop calling us Asian stuff. Like, if you come up to me and you're like, hey, chop suey, dude.
No, it's more like, hey, dumpling?
Come on.
Hey, lamb dumpling?
That's not, okay, anyway. So, first of all, he's trying to use that, lotus flower. I'm sure.
Although I wish somebody would call me, hey, ramen noodles. Ramen noodles are delicious. Thank you very much for calling me that.
And he's saying that, okay, he loves Asian stuff.
Yeah.
Especially culture.
Right.
Like the culture. And also martial arts. He's thinking because every Asian woman must love a man who knows martial arts.
Yeah.
And anime.
Well, you can't. You have to have the anime.
Yeah. I mean, by liking anime, you are 20 times more attracted to Asian women now.
Wow.
And then the fact that, and then to showcase that he watches too much anime, he's basically saying to her that if there's anybody who's trying to attack her maybe at some point during their courtship. He's right in there protecting her.
I mean, he might as well just been like, hey, I'm like Bruce Lee, and I could protect you. Anyways, if you guys read more of these, some of them are pretty obscene, which we won't read, but it just shows you the level of ridiculousness that is this. Here's one. I think this guy's trying to be funny. So he's like, ever notice how lots of beautiful Asian women are dating successful white men like Wendy Dang and Rupert Murdoch, or Mark Zuckerberg and his girlfriend? I think it's because white men have a charm and sophistication that is irresistible to Asian women. I've dated 3 Asian girls and they've all told me that. But enough talk. Why don't you take a chance? Go on a date with a white man and find out for yourself over dinner Friday or foreign cinema. You will find I only treat my girlfriend to the finest dining and the finest in everything. I mean, that just melts your heart right there, you know? I'm surprised she didn't just, shoot him back like, marry me right now.
Yeah, because he's saying like, let's go to a foreign cinema, because obviously you can't like any of the movies that's being shown here. Let's just go to somewhere where maybe they're playing a movie that you can relate to. And also, wow, so Asian men, we're just not successful.
Right. It'd be funny if it was reversed and Asian women, had white fever and they'd all be like, yeah, I want a big, strong guy to protect me.
He must know martial arts and loves anime.
But he must have blue eyes and blonde hair and know how to surf.
And the point we're trying to make is that don't stereotype.
And don't let these guys be the bad apples. It's okay to have a type. If Asian women is your type, embrace that, because they're beautiful. But don't let these guys, represent the whole bunch. All right, here's the one that I want to talk about. This has been all over the news this past week or two. Like, everyone's talking about it. Have you seen the video of former NFL Baltimore Ravens player Ray Rice punching his girlfriend in the elevator?
Yep.
Yeah, so this story actually has been going on for about half a year now, I would say, or it's been going on for a while. This is the first time that there was footage obtained of what actually happened inside the elevator.
Right.
Because previous to that, everybody only saw what happened outside of the elevator. What happened before was the elevator door opens and there's Ray Rice and there's his girlfriend face down, basically unconscious.
Right.
And a lot of people were speculating that he must have hit her. And he got banned for a couple games because I guess it was inconclusive. And now it's conclusive. I mean, this video is insane. Like, I feel very strongly about this. I don't think men should ever lay their hands on a woman. Ever.
Let me back this up a bit. Nobody should exert violence on anybody else in this world, obviously, okay?
Right.
But that's not the world we live in.
Right.
And men should definitely not ever hit a woman. I say the exception to that would be they're about to do you harm or about to do somebody around you harm.
Right.
Then you can figure out a way to defend yourself or whatever. I think that'd be the only case
I agree. Yeah.
in the history of cases that you can ever lay a finger on a woman.
Absolutely. I mean, that's basically it. But clearly this video, she didn't have a weapon.
Right.
There was no one else around.
Not the case here.
Yeah, it's not the case here. This guy had some rage, and obviously the girlfriend did something to piss him off to the point where he basically knocks her unconscious with a punch.
And this is not a normal guy.
No.
This is a NFL athlete.
Yeah, he's like 5'8", 5'6", maybe he's like 5'5", but he weighs like 220 pounds, all muscle. I mean, more muscle than Mike, and he basically just slugs her. And also after that, you see he basically it seems like he has no remorse for what he's did. He kind of just drags her outside.
Yeah.
And it's just kind of like, I don't even know what he said to that person out there. Like, oh, my girlfriend must have passed out.
That's what surprises me the most. Even look, okay, let's say deep inside, I think that's the biggest tell of somebody's inner heart.
Right.
Is that, okay, I hit you. I feel remorseful, like he said after the first. He came out and apologized. He's like, well, domestic violence. This is a bad thing. But look at his actions on this video. He knocked her out. The first thing he did wasn't like, oh my God, I just did something horrible.
Right.
It wasn't like, is she okay?
He didn't even bend down to check if she was okay.
She could have been dead. She was just laying there.
Yeah. And he was just kind of like, she deserved it. That's the sense I got.
And I want to make 2 points. One is this. after this happened, there was a lot of debate about gender equality. This turned into a gender equality debate. Like, oh well, didn't women always want to be treated the same as men? Like all this crap. I'm going to tell you guys right now. Here's the bottom line: men are typically physically stronger than women. This is just fact. Okay, it's nature. You can't argue this. There's no gender equality here. Women could be smarter, you could be more capable, all sorts of things.
They could do the job better than a man. They could govern a country. Women can and should have the opportunity to do things that men do.
Yeah. But by nature,
men
physically are stronger. A man should never lay a finger on a woman, especially in a case, like I said, okay, if someone's coming at you with a knife or whatever. But in cases like this, when they said that before they got on the elevator, she slapped him a little. Okay, you know what? Take it. You know, if your wife come at you and she didn't have a shotgun or a knife, I'm sure there's a way for you as a man to restrain her without physically harming her,
or walk away.
Yeah,
or be like, you know what, you're obviously mad. Let's take some time.
Yeah. You know. And some people say, well, what is a man supposed to do when the woman's hitting him? He's just supposed to stand there. You know what? In some cases, stand there, take it.
Yeah.
In some cases, try to defend yourself and whatever without knocking her out.
Yeah. I mean, I definitely agree with that. And the other point that I was saying before is in something like this, like the media just also, they want a story to be out there as long as possible so people click on it. You know, it really shouldn't be more than what it is. Like, if she wanted to press charges, she could. If she doesn't, give him the punishment and then leave it alone.
Can I just say this, though? I'm going to disagree with you in one point. I do agree that this is a personal life.
Yeah.
And there's all this media attention. Yeah, it's not fair. Okay.
Right.
Well, you know what? I shouldn't say it's not fair because when you have the privilege of being a public figure, you chose that lifestyle.
That's true.
And this comes with that lifestyle. But the only thing I'll disagree with you is this. A lot of times in domestic violence cases, even in cases where the domestic violence has been very frequent, the wife will come out and defend the husband.
Right.
Which in this case, Janae Rice came out and wrote this whole Instagram message defending her husband.
Right.
And I just want to say this. I don't know them, obviously. I don't know their history. I hope nothing like this ever happened before.
Right.
And I hope nothing like this will have happened since war will ever happen again.
Right.
But I think saying this to, not saying this to her, but saying this to everybody in relationships where you are being abused, you need to speak out and get help and get out of the situation. Not saying that's where Janae is in, but you see this a lot. Like, you know, women will sometimes just be so reluctant to leave a very abusive relationship because of some reason. I don't know. All right, guys, let us know what your thoughts are on this topic. And thanks for watching. I'll see you later. Peace.